Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day, folks. Guys, we hit 1,000 subscribers this afternoon. I am in awe, and I just want to thank you all so much for being here. To everybody new, welcome to the channel. To my returning subscribers, guys, you know how much I love you guys, and thank you all for being here. I'm almost having a hard time coming up with a topic today because I'm literally just in shock at the meteoric rise we've taken these last couple of days. And yeah. Anyway, you know what? We're gonna talk about happiness, guys. Literally, my life is filled with happiness in so many different directions, and I mean clearly. And I get the sun coming in my eyes, so I'm trying to figure out a way to do this here. Um, yeah, I'm I don't have words to describe the joy that I have in my life today, and it's not just the channel. I mean, this is all afternoon, my brothers and my sister and I have been watching it climb because we were down within the last 100 to hit 1K, and literally it's been consistently going like it went up 100 subscribers in like 4 hours, and I'm in awe of what God is doing in my life. And literally, guys, I put this in God's hands. Had it gone up too quickly when I first started this, I would have been overwhelmed that I was still stuttering and stammering. And you know what? He put you regulars into my life, and you guys have given me the confidence to come back every day and share my life with you guys on this channel. And thank you all so much for being here, because you guys' comments, Jay and Jamie and Tom and you guys been amazing to me, right? And yeah, and now that I'm a little more comfortable and I'm getting more comfortable, yeah, he got me to step out of my box, and now it's starting to grow, and I mean, guys, look, I'm literally speechless right now. I don't know what to say. I'm in awe. But my life is so much more than just this channel, like literally, guys. And ironically, today is my 90-day cleaning. 90 days continuous sobriety after my slip up the day I got out of rehab. And I'm almost kind of glad. No, I'm not that I'm glad, but you know what? I'm glad I did, because literally now my sobriety count has started the day I get home. And really, I don't like counting rehab time on sobriety time, because you voluntarily, it's voluntarily locked in an institution, but still, it was locked in an institution, and people do sneak drugs in there, and I know people had drugs in there, and that was really the furthest thing from my mind. But you know what? And we're gonna bring that up. We're gonna talk about that a little bit today, guys. Because you know what? The day that I get home, I knew I'd never wanted to touch heroin again, but I was like literally having this pull thought. Well, maybe I can smoke crack, right? And that's insane, right? And I was cleaning up all the crap that was in my house, from the day that I left, and literally I found a broken pipe, and I found a piece of cocaine, and literally just out of force of habit, I'd thrown it in the pipe and smoked it, and as soon as I realized what I was doing, I'm like, oh my god, what did I just do? And the thing it is, guys, it scared the hell out of me. So I'm like, am I gonna do this again? Did I just go, throw 30 days away at rehab? And literally, I got rooted in prayer and felt so strong. And like, am I not gonna have the strength to overcome this thing, right? And right then and there, God came to me and He's like, just get out of your house. There's a reason for everything that's happening here. And I told the story before on video. I walked across the street to the Cumberland Farms, and I had my headphones in, and I was trying to just get out of my head. And lo and behold, there's this girl in there talking to the guy, and she was standing line in front of me. And again, I had my music and I had no idea, but this is going on way too long. She's not buying anything. So finally, I'm like, something's going on. So I pull my headphones out, and she's trying to figure out an address. So I'm like, well, yeah, I can look it up on my phone. So I look up, and she didn't really know the name of the street, but she knew kind of where it was. So I pulled up the map, and we figured it out. And I got the street for her, and she's all happy. And this is back in it was January 6th. This year, so it was like literally 15 degrees outside. It's like 9 o'clock at night and Friday night, freezing cold. I grabbed at the time, matter of fact, I grabbed a pack of smokes. I just got out of rehab. I was still having a couple of cigarettes at that point, and I haven't had a cigarette since that night, actually, and one more bonus. But anyway, she started walking, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, are you walking? And it's like, you're talking like, a good 3 miles down the road. And again, it was nasty cold out. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I don't want to come off as a creep, but I'm like, I have a truck across the street. Would you like a ride? And she's like, oh, absolutely. So we walked across the street, and we hopped in the truck, and I'm like, where am I taking you to? Since you don't know exactly where it is. And she's like, well, I have a client that lives down there, and I don't know what she did for work. And she goes, I'm going to see if they have AAA, and I'm like, what do you need AAA for? I'm like, again, and I let her know. I said, I'm a mechanic. Maybe I can help. And she let me know that she'd locked her keys in her car right up, about 4 streets up the road from where I'm at, right? And I'm like, God, I'm like, you know what? I might still have AAA. I go, but more than that, I'm like, I'm a mechanic. I can probably get into your car really quickly. She's like, oh my God, it's a Subaru with frameless windows. And I'm like, say no more. I'll be in your car in a second. She's like, really? I'm like, absolutely. So I went into the office. I grabbed a couple of wooden shims so I could pop the window open a little bit without hurting it. And I grabbed a wooden dowel rod and I put a screw in the end of it for a hook. Very similar to a T17 lockout tool that I'm very familiar with. I used to work for a towing company, so I unlock cars all the time. So I drove her back to her car, guys, and literally it took me all of 5 seconds, literally 5 seconds to get into her car. And she's thrilled. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe that I bumped into you. And I'm like, she's like thinking she owes me something. And I'm like, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I gave her the pack of cigarettes. I'm like, I literally just wanted one. I don't want to smoke another one. And I explained to her, I go, you know what, honestly, you're doing me a bigger favor than you think. Than I'm doing you. I just got home from rehab today, and, I was up in my, I didn't tell her I just was, taking a hit of crack. I said, but I was up in my apartment, cleaning out all sorts of paraphernalia and feeling really, really bad about myself, and I just needed to get out of my head, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, and literally it came to me in that moment. That was literally where I decided to do this channel, guys. It came to me in that moment. I'm like, I thought about all the times, and even no matter how down and out I was, that I would, I have a thing where if I see somebody broken down the side of the road, I stop and help. And and anybody should do this, providing it's safe for you. Women out there, please don't put yourself in harm's way. But always look out for yourself first. But be of service to other people. Literally, guys, you've heard me say it on this channel 1,000 times. It's what I literally make my life about. And I'm saying literally too much. I gotta stop that. Sorry, guys. I realized it the other night. I'm like, I hate when people do that, and here I am doing it. So I gotta curb that. But it made me dawn on me. I'm like, even when I was down and out and homeless, living on the streets of Waltham, I'd see a car broken on the side of the road. I'd literally go over, here we go. I'd go over and spend hours getting them running and refuse payment. And now I'm going to say it a million times, right? I've been doing this since a teenager, and I will actually spend hours doing it, and I love doing it. And sometimes it's funny, because people start to get so involved, and people are like, what's this kid, setting me up? And I always stop and let them know. I'm a mechanic as a background. This is something I've been doing my whole life. It's my gift, my way to give back. I refuse any form of payment, so please don't be concerned that I'm trying to, get you. As a matter of fact, even if you try to tip me, I'm not going to accept it. This is literally This is something I like to do, and I always tell them, pay it forward. When you're in a situation when you can do something for somebody else, make sure you do so, and do it in honor of what I'm doing for you here. And that was the most amazing thing for me that night, guys, because it got me out of my head. And I went from feeling so down and out and thinking, oh my God, am I not going to be able to do the sobriety thing, to saying, no, it's literally my attitude that's going to determine what I get out of this. And I doubled down that moment, and I said, this is not going to happen again. And it is not. And I got even more fervent into prayer. And I decided that I'm gonna make my life about sobriety, and I'm gonna start my YouTube channel that I've been thinking about in rehab, and I'm gonna see it through, and I'm gonna find ways to be of service every day, and I've done that every day. These 90 days that I've been home, that I've been doing this channel, have been the most amazing 90 days of my life. It has completely redefined the person that I am, the way that I look at life, the way that I look at myself, my ambitions, my goals. I quit my toxic job. I've cut out every toxic relationship in my life. I've got my family back into my life. I've restarted my small business. You guys know I've gotten the truck, and then all the material gifts. I'm putting money away. I'm saving money. I'm not blowing money every day. And I always made good money, but I always blew it all. And now I'm literally just watching it sit in the account and grow, and opening different accounts and reaching out and doing different things, and I just have hope. This has given me a hope for the future. Not even hope, I know at this point. I know there's no question in my mind I'm going to be successful in anything and everything I try. Because it started the snowball, guys, and since I started doing this, I've been taking Tony Robbins seminars. I work with Dom the hypnotist out of Vegas. I do hypnotherapy. I have my regular therapist. I have my home group in AA. I have my recovery coach. I have a recovery advisor. I go on speaking commitments with AA and NA. Like, I have just completely bought into the sobriety thing and the programming thing, because I always thought it was just, myself, and maybe I could have done it myself because I'm doing it in God, but it is so much more fulfilling because I'm building a community of like-minded people around me, and particularly the people that comment back and forth, and the people that, even the ones that don't comment, but knowing that there's people watching, because I see the metrics, I know people are watching, and it's not big numbers, but the numbers are increasing a lot, and I'm so incredibly honored. And I'm just going to keep on doing it, and I'm going to try and get better at it. I'm going to try and get better messages, and again, I got to be honest, I slacked off these last couple of days because I've just been in awe watching the numbers grow. I didn't know if we'd ever get to 100. Never mind, we hit 1,000 today, and it's still climbing, and I'm so incredibly grateful. And I'm posting over on TikTok now as well, and that's going through the roof. And I go back and forth with it. And every so often I get a few messages from people that are just like, hey, I really like your posts. They're very encouraging. They're very uplifting. And so I stick with it. And what I've decided to do is I just got to stop. Because a lot of you guys probably know I'm a single guy, and I'm trying to put my life together. And eventually, of course, I'm going to end up meeting some, the right woman, and things will go from there. Or who knows, maybe somebody from my past will pop back up. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's somebody I don't talk about other people that were or are in my life on the channel, because it's not right to put people's stuff out there. But I have a sneaking suspicion there was somebody that I was really, really close with at the end of my drug run, who meant the absolute world to me. And there was a lot of things that were going on that weren't right, and they weren't. And again, I had no animosity for it. I didn't tell her I was using massive amounts of drugs, and she knew something was going on. I mean, here I was, 40, 50 pounds lighter than I am now, and she saw pictures the last time I was healthy, and she's like, anyway. But again, it is what it is. My point being, I suspect she may be watching, and if you are, Lana, I want you to know how much I love you. I miss you. When I was in the rehab, they had deleted the app. I have no way to get in touch with you. If you ever want to say hi, I'd left you my number, and that's on you. Might as well put that out there. But again, and that's that. You know what I mean? I just don't want, and the only reason I even put that out there, guys, and forgive me for doing the personal thing there, but I don't want anybody to ever think that like I've moved on and think that I'm better than somebody because now I'm sober and I'm doing this and I got my business back and this and that and the other thing. That's not the case. It's the furthest thing from the case. And one thing that I've understood is I've been given a gift from God. And that's why I'm doing these videos. And I believe it's why I've been given the gift, because I'm willing to share. And I've managed to take a compassion out of what I've been through. And somehow, literally, I've lost any desire to use, any animosity, any self-hatred. And literally, guys, I was breaking down in tears in rehab, saying the one thing I need to figure out is why I hate myself so much that I do the things that I do to myself, and then I allow others to do what they do to me, right? And again, it's literally, I was in control of all of it. I was at the forefront of all of it. And God has literally heard everything I've said and then fixed it from within. And that's why I tell you guys that, I was literally the biggest skeptic out there. And I don't know the definition of God, you know what I mean? And again, it's not the little gray-haired guy in the clouds, I'm sure of that. It's the underlying force that governs this entire universe and the multiverses that may be out there and whatever else there is. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. It's way beyond my brain. But I understand that literally it is a force and it exists, and you can get yourself in alignment with it. And when you do, supernatural things will start to happen in your life. And I'm absolutely walking proof of this. The things that are happening from within, never mind my material world, is starting to respond to my internal world, which is the most encouraging thing ever. I'm filled with a joy and a hope and opportunities daily, and life is just unfolding for me beautifully. And again, it's very, very early on, but I know for a fact a year or even at some, I have my choice to do whatever I want at this point. And I know I'm going to be able to take at least a week-long vacation to somewhere beautiful, and drop $5 or $6 grand on a vacation this year, and not have it be a problem, because life is just going that way. But again, I'm not sitting here asking for handouts. I'm getting up to the crack of dawn every day. And again, if I get up and I feel sore and tired, I go back to bed and sleep in. I go by what my body's telling me, because I'm in alignment, and I'm that in tune with what is going on in the universe. I respond to the downloads that I get, and I'm paying attention to them, and I'm working in resonance and working in alignment with it all. And literally, guys, I used to struggle so hard. I could barely get through I get through my day at work, and even if I had plenty of drugs to feel like Superman, I'd come home and I didn't, I didn't want to cook a meal. Now I'm making my appointments. I'm doing my video uploads. I do my TikTok. I do my research. I'm taking 2 different courses online. I do meditations. I do hypnotherapy. I work with my therapist. I go out and give back. I go out and help others on a daily basis. I go to the gym. It is amazing how much I'm filling up my life, and I'm not overwhelmed. Excuse me, the allergies are killing me. Everybody knows here. Yeah, I mean, it is shocking to me how much room I've made for positive things, and how many positive things have come into my life since I cut out all the negativity. But not only that, I'm using my energy, saving my energy, and putting my energy in alignment with the universe, with God, what I call God, wants from my life. I stay rooted in prayer and meditation. That literally gives me my guidance system for what I'm going to go and do, and I take the work that the universe is feeding me without going out of my way. And if I have a couple of slow days, I don't worry, because then it just picks right back up. And it's almost like, I said it the other day, I'm doing a trust fall with the divine, and it's working so incredibly well. When you show you have that much faith, when you show up well, first of all, you got to do the work, guys. You can't take shortcuts, and I haven't taken a single shortcut. This time around, I understood that it was a problem with the way that I was thinking, so everything that seemed opposite of what my natural former instinct was, and everything that felt uncomfortable to me, I said, okay, that's got to be what I need, because I needed a complete change in my life from the inside out. And that's exactly what I've gotten, because I've been able to recognize that it was my brain that was broken. It was the way I was living and managing and running my life that was broken. So I wasn't afraid to completely cut it out and start from scratch and build a solid foundation. I'm not rushing anything. I'm not looking for the next milestone and saying I got to have this to be happy. No, you'll never be happy if you're worrying about the next external stimuli to make you happy. You've got to change the things that are inside of you to make yourself happy with where you're at right now. And then amazingly beautiful, joyous things will start flooding into your life, because you're giving out the resonance of happiness. You're focusing on being happy, and you're actually being happy. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and then everything that comes out of you gets magnetized back into your world, guys. It's literally, sorry, I know I'm trying. It's fact. It's absolute fact. It's scientific fact. It's fact that I've proven time and time again in my life, and I'm so incredibly happy with the results. I am so incredibly encouraged to just keep doing it and keep doing more and keep taking it to the next level and just keep chugging away. And that's the other thing, guys. Persistence pays off. You can't just throw your hands. And again, I say it because I was the first one to do it. Every time I would be all gung-ho about everything. And then the first sign of resistance or needing to take the work to the next level, I would never follow through, and I would never get anywhere. I would never get anything. I was literally stuck in the mud, spinning my wheels. And now I follow through. I do whatever I'm going to say, and I say what I'm going to do, so nobody has a question of where I'm coming from, what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to get, what I'm trying to accomplish. And I'm just working in collaboration and conjunction with the rules, the laws, and the opportunities that I have, and I'm making the most out of everything. And I'm getting out of my comfort zone on every opportunity. That I'm leaving my comfort zone it's my new favorite place to be, because every time I do, it opens up another doorway of opportunity. And again, I honestly didn't know what mattered to me when I walked into rehab. That was one of my major concerns. It's like, I've been medicated so long, I don't know what matters. I don't know what's real, what's not. I don't know what I care about when I don't. And I've managed to answer all of these questions, and they're all incredibly simple. It's nothing crazy. I'm not that complex a person by any means. There's a lot of layers to me, but I'm not that complex. I'm pretty simple. I like to be happy. I like to make others happy. I like to know that I'm capable of making a difference in people's lives, and I like to go out and make the difference in people's lives. I like to give back. I like to help others. And I like to be of service, and I like to be comfortable. I like to eat well. I like to work out. I like to feel good about myself. Nothing crazy, guys. But I've also understood that I'm a very different person than most people, and that's a gift from the universe. It's a gift from God. I've got a heart very few people have. There's a love for other people, and there's a positivity in me that is unmatched in most people. And I used to like work against that because I was trying to portray this bad tough guy biker, and I was miserable. And now I'm not, because you know what? I'm so incredibly confident in who I am. There's nobody that's going to stand against me. I've been through hell. I literally can walk through hell with my eyes closed. And nobody's going to, I've been through every situation there is. I fear nothing. And I don't have to threaten anybody. I don't have to. I've got a quiet confidence that just exudes from me. The people know. You can look at me and know I have the experience in life. I'm not somebody you want to try and take advantage of. And the thing it is, I don't want you to, because the last thing I want to have to do is stand up to somebody and put them in their place. But at the same time, I'm more than happy to do so, and I will try in the gentlest way possible the first time. If you don't take the hint, then I will bring it to your level when necessary, and I'm perfectly comfortable doing that. Like I said, I've been to prison 16 times. I've had to fight, I mean, it's a fact. It's not something I'm proud of, and it's not something I portray, but I'm capable. And now that's what I understand now. God put me through all, or allowed me to experience all the things that I've experienced so that I can walk into any room and be perfectly comfortable and be able to, be able to help people there, and without being concerned what somebody's going to consider me, whether they're going to think it's weak. Because people look at me and know there's one thing I'm not is weak. And I'm loved to know that. Now I know I can go to anybody and help them, and generally want to do so. And that is the biggest gift I could ever be given in my life. And now I've been given a platform where I'm able to come out here and do this and share my experience with people in order to uplift and encourage. And when asked, give direct help whenever it's asked. I'm not going to push anything down anybody's throat, but I'm here to help anybody that needs my help. That's literally why I'm here, guys. This one's getting a little bit long. I apologize for that. I'm trying to figure things out. What I'm thinking, maybe if I start doing like 10-minute videos, would the engagement be better? Guys, please feel free to answer. Like literally, I'm gonna keep doing this, and I want it to continue to grow, and I want to make it something that most people get the most out of. So, by all means, let me know what you think. And I love when you guys engage. Please leave comments, guys. More than anything, thank you so incredibly much from the bottom of my heart for being here with me, for allowing me to do this, for taking time out of your day to listen to me, to be with me, to experience this joyous resurrection with me. And remember, guys, above everything else, God loves you. I love you. If you haven't heard that today, now you have. You absolutely, every one of us deserves love, and we should all hear that at least once a day. And thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.